Pardon me, just got a bit of a frog in my throat. Good morning and welcome. This is a Leson DT251 CB radio desk microphone, which the screws are falling out, and generally just tighten that up. There we go. Generally not in too bad a condition. I mean, I've seen worse. Sliders are broke, but they can still be operated. So you can find some tops for those and give them a good clean. It's Stewart's radio, the CB exchange, 192 High Gate Stockport, and it's an 0161 phone number. That won't be there now. Now we've got where somebody's made a homemade battery retainer, which is no bad thing, but we'll see if we can do something better about that. See if we can do something a bit better about that. But what I'll do, I'm going to start with doing, I'm going to put a battery on it and see if it actually does anything. Just see if it does anything really to start with. It is going to be serviced, so it doesn't make any difference. But I should know if it does anything by the meter. Turn the tone up, volume up. Hello. Well, the battery indicator works. The lock works. The switch is crackly, but that's no problem. Hello. That switch doesn't actually seem to do anything. None of them do. Ooh. The tone one does. Tone one. Volume one doesn't. Volume control doesn't do anything. So whether there's an automatic mode on it, I don't know. There's no switches anywhere, so I'd have to say that the volume control doesn't do anything. So we know where we're up to. So we'll pull the battery back out and just let's hope that over its years of abuse it won't have been. I'm not going to screw that all away because it's a circuit board, because I don't know what this is like, so I've never seen inside one of these particular models. So we need a Phillips screwdriver in order to perform the disassembly, and not that one obviously, it doesn't fucking fit. That one does. I hope that doesn't just screw the feet off. But yeah, that just screws the feet off. Might as well get it cleaned, tied up anyway. Yeah, let's get it apart and get it stripped down to as much as we can and get it serviced. Soldering iron's already on, and yay. Now, there we go. Yeah. this out in case this is holding it. It's a doubt, but you never know, dear. You know, you can't tell with these things. I mean, this has been well pissed about with over the years, and my nut spinner doesn't fit. Yeah, my friggin' nut spinner doesn't fit. Let's try a pair of pliers, because there we go. I hope that comes off. I hope that no one's nailed the threads. So I don't know why that's been done that way, but obviously somebody thought it was a good idea to put screws in the front and nuts at the back. Fucking hell. Come off. And you always get one that's nailed up. Are there any CB breakers left? I'll have to find out, won't I? Now this should now lift off. This bottom plate should lift off, revealing the circuit board. Ooh, look at that. It's gross, isn't it? Oh. Right. Let's have a sip of my coffee. Right, and I want to do my best not break any wires off. But that's designed to be like that. I mean, well, actually I don't think it is. I think that should have had screws in it. Let me just put the bottom back on. I think that should have had screws in it, to be honest, because they don't look original. They don't look original. So let's just pop the base back on. I mean, yeah, they probably are. I don't think they're original, but I will find some better nuts to go on there. Find something better than what was on there, and we will leave them off for now. Actually, it'll be easier to get the circuit board past, because and where they're a bit nailed up, I'll put the nailed up bits into there, and the nuts can go on the nice ends. Right, shift that battery out of the way, we don't need that for yet. Now, all I need to do is disconnect and I'm going to do this so that I know where the bloody battery goes. See, this has a 9-volt plug on it as well, for plugging in an AC wall wart thing. And I'm going to desolder it from here. Move me. Right, so I don't drop my iron wire in my tea coffee. There we go. And there we go. Right, that's the red wire out of that's the wire out of the way. Now that one there's your microphone in. Just get a pointy thing out, because I know you people, you like to see me pointing. You like things pointed out. Yeah, and who doesn't, eh, folks? We all like it pointed out. There we go. Right. Well, that there is a microphone wire. It's ground. That's mic live, so I can take them off, because I'm going to need to take that off. So If the work goes out of view for a minute, don't start frigging whinging, because there's sometimes where you just can't think it, you know. That's the one wire off, which is the ground. And I have to change hands here, because I don't want to melt the other wires. Just get here. There we go. And that's the, now, this actually has, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to try and, this has been worked on loads of times. I mean, there's a wire there, look, piece of a green wire there, where somebody's bypassed something. This might take some frigging doing actually. Because somebody's probably made changes and I'll have to put it back. Because I want this mic to work as it originally did. The controls to work as they originally did. Right. I'll lift that out. There we go. Now, oh, look how dirty and disgusting. Look at that. Oh, it looks like it's got somebody's fanny hairs in there. Oh, that is disgusting. That's horrible. Pull them off so I don't lose it. There we go. Now let's take this. Now we've undone the mic, haven't we? We've got to undo the, well, that green wire there I suspect originally went to the VU meter. Somebody's rerouted that. That goes to the VU meter, so I can desolder that. I know where it goes. I'll probably end up having to download a bloody circuit for it anyway. Come off, you fucker. Probably have to fuck about downloading the circuit anyway, so. And that one goes to that crossroads there, which we'll call it for now. There we go. Now that's the VU meter disconnected, the mic disconnected, or the element rather, disconnected as the Americans call it. We call it the insert here in the United Kingdom. Right, now this has all been thingy. This is a mess, this. Let's get me wire cutters. I'll tell you why, folks. I'm going to cut this board off completely, but I'm going to do it so I can, you know, not remember where the wires go. It needs a good clean. It's manky. Blue. White. Because I'll do a nicer job of this. They're all soldered here. I'm going to solder them on the back there where I think they actually should be. Black. There's usually a red that comes out of those. Look at this here. Look at this. A fucking big piece of wire soldered in. I'm pretty sure that ain't supposed to be there. Yellow. Pretty sure that's not an original, but we'll find out because we'll do a load of work on this. And right, so and that there is the ground. See if we can get the ground off. without having to resort to the big guns. Get the fucking big iron out. There we go. That's the board off. Now, that lock can be placed there out of the way. The screws and stuff and everything else that's come off it can go into the base. That can go there. Oops, move that there. There we go. Right. So zoom in a bit. Move the tools. So what we're left with, basically, we're left with this, which is the microphone and preamp board. That's your PTT, which we know works, and that's your battery tester. It'll need a good cleaning, so I need to actually physically, I think, wash this, because it is absolutely disgusting. And what I was saying about putting the wires back on, there's like edge connectors here. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to solder the wires neatly and shortly onto the edge connectors instead of being stuck everywhere like that. Look at that, that's disgusting. Whoever did that didn't have a fucking clue what they were doing. And if it was the manufacturers, shame on you. And this wire here goes, and that wouldn't have been put there by the manufacturer, I'll tell you that now. That goes from, which is stuck down, it goes from that transistor, from that transistor there, which is this one, goes from there, and it goes right across the board. So why is it going right across the board? Who the fuck's bypassed it and why? So we need to find that out, and hopefully return this microphone back to good working order, so that the controls actually work, because the volume didn't. This one here has been snapped off, but there's enough there left coming through for you to adjust it, so there's no problem there. So it's just a matter of checking the caps. These electrolytics, I might replace them. What are they? They're only going to be low values. 4.7 mics at 50 volts. 4.7 at 50 fucking volts in a 9 volt circuit. I mean, they must have just used what they fucking had. A couple of them, that one there's had its arse pushed out. A couple of them look like that, look like their arse has been pushed out. So, you know, it's, and that looks like somebody's fanny hair, that there, that brown stuff. That, can you see it? Looks like some fuckers shaved their clock springs. Ooh, that is this fucking gusting, pardon the language. Well, don't pardon the language, I swear a lot. Don't worry about it, folks. Anyway, let's pause the video here. Let's zoom back out again, so don't forget to zoom out later. Right. Let's turn the camera back round because we're moving off. There we go. Right. So basically, it just needs a good clean, and test all these. There's a couple of little signal diodes there, 4 of those are on there. We'll test all those, and we'll check the transistors. We'll change the capacitors, the electrolytics. These green fuckers, they never go. They're okay. As far as I'm aware, they never go. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this. I'm actually going to, in all honesty, folks, I'm actually, because it's going to take a few days to get ready, I don't mind getting it wet. I'm going to wash it with a toothbrush in the sink. Oh, I feel really, yeah, it's really cruddy, folks. Anyway, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave it there. Because there's not really much I can do till I start replacing the caps, and I want to get the board clean and check out these controls here. I think I might have one of those controls actually in my box of shit to replace that broken one, or at least I might have the shaft bit, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll get the board washed and then we'll be back. Finish my coffee first though. Hi folks. Right, well we're back and the board's had a good clean. As clean as I can get it. Needs a bit more I think, but the isopropyl will take care of that. It's a lot better than what it was. And I've got an itchy, oh you don't want to see my chest. Got an itchy back, folks. I hate, do you know, why can't we have arms that long? Oh Jesus man. I hate having an itchy back. Now what I want to do here, I'm just going to replace the electrolytics, and I'll tell you why. Because the arse is falling out of a couple of them and they don't look very good, so they're getting replaced. So I'm going to replace those and see where we get to. I'll come back when I get them out. I did say I was going to come back when I got them all out, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually test a couple of them, and because the board isn't road mapped or marked in anywhere on the other side, I'm going to actually replace as I go, that way I won't get confused. Right, 39.26, that's gone up. And yeah, 39.26, that's gone up. That's are these, have I read this wrong? Are these 47 mic and not 4.7? Let me just double check. Pretty sure oh no, that one's a 33. That one's 33. So it's gone up a bit. It's out. It may as well be replaced. It's out. It may as well be done. It's out. It may as well have a new one put in there. Get it close to the bottom as you can. There we go. And that's a brand new 33 mic gone in there. That's reading 39, almost 10 above what it should be. So I mean, you get away with that, no problem. But as I've got the capacitor, I'm going to replace it. Right. If I've got it, it may as well be done. Yeah, I'm going to the swap meet on Sunday, folks. We'll see what interesting goodies I can come back with. Well, I've got that to come on Sunday. Now, next two are these ones here. That's a 4.7, that one there. What's the other one next to it? We've got any more 30s. And that's a 47. I thought they were all 4.7, they're not. But and that's a 4.7. They're 4.7. I'm going to have to just replace them with what I've got. So we'll pull them out. I've only got, I mean, I can't imagine it making much difference. I mean, in all fairness, only a crappy little microphone amps. Negative is facing negative on that one. I have to make sure I get this right, because I know the mic was working before I took it apart. Not correctly, but it was working. Because the volume control doesn't work, so we need to address that problem. But to start with, I'm testing these capacitors. Any that read okay I'll probably put back, but if they don't read okay I'll swap them. 4.7, and because the ESR on that one is 1.9 ohms, I'm actually going to check it against a new one, and I might save myself a lot of work here and test them in circuit. If it'll let me, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's supposed to let you. So that's 34 and is, yeah. Right, I'm just going to replace it because it's low ESR on that. I'm just replacing them all with what I've got. I'm just putting 30 mics, 30 microfarads in. That's what I've got. That's what I'm replacing them with. It's only a mic amp. I can't see it really making much difference. If it does, then I'll have to bite the bullet and swap them back out. Whoops, we haven't quite got that one. You get here, you fucker. Oops. We have that time. Yeah, we're in there now. Right, well, what I'll do, I'll get the rest of these caps done, and then what I'll do, I'll come back, because you don't want to watch me just change all those. So I'll get them done and then we'll come back. Right, well, we're back, and I have got a couple that I'm questioning because they fell off the board and I'm not sure which way around they go. Oh, I forgot to snip the leads off that 100 microfarad one I've just replaced. Got a couple I'm questioning because I'm not really sure about, because I lost concentration. Well, I didn't lose concentration, the bloody thing fell out onto the mat, so couldn't remember which way it went in. I didn't see which way, we didn't look at which way it went in. Which is this one here and this one here on either side of this control. I don't know which way around they went, so that's going to have to be checked. But the only one I've left in was this one here, because it was right on the money. There was nothing wrong with it at all. ESR's dead low and it's bang on microfarad, so I left that in. And yeah, so these Mylar ones here, they'll all be okay. Disc capacitors will be okay. I did actually find, I'll get my test meter now because we need that. I did actually find, to be honest, a couple of the capacitors, about 4 or 5 of them, believe it or not, that were open, and they've all been replaced now. So it's just really a case of just test these 2 diodes here. We're on the diode test, we are. We're getting nothing there. Oops. But we are there, that's okay. We're getting there, and we're getting nothing there. So yeah, we're okay there. The transistors, I would imagine they're all okay. I just don't feel like pulling them all. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just do that and then whiz it round, and I mean these transistors, yeah, as long as I get a reading pretty much off them all, it's pretty much the same, because they're pretty much all the same bloody transistor that's in here. They're just general purpose. I'll just quickly test them, and as long as I don't get anything that's open, I'll be okay, I'll be happy. They all measure the same. But there again, they're all the same bloody transistor. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same bloody transistor that's in here. Apart from these little smaller ones here, they're a different one. But, yeah, they're all measuring the same. So, just test these little ones here. There's a couple of diodes there as well, I'll check those. Make sure nothing's buggered. Yeah, we're okay there. Test this last transistor. Oh, I'm not happy with that one. But there again, it could be a capacitor in there as well. But that's reading both ways, and I don't like the thought of that. Well, that one. And that one does as well, but there might be something else in there with it. Yeah, there could be something else in there with it. Let's put it on ohms. Just check it. Just make sure we're not got a short from continuity. No, we're not shorted. No. No. Right. Well, that's the transistors checked. I'm sort of happy with that. I might pull these three here. I might pull them out. We'll see how it works. Because what I'll do, I won't put the mic on. I'll actually connect the signal generator, and I'll inject a signal into it, and have a look on the scope and see what the output does. But for the most part, that's actually serviced. It's, you know, there's not really a lot more I can do to it. I don't fancy pulling these controls off. I am actually going to, but while I'm at it, I'm going to re-tin these points here, because these are where I'm going to resolder new wires. I'm putting new wires on here, and hang on. Oh, pardon me, folks. Yeah, let's tin this board here, because I'm going to put new wires. I'm going to solder the wires from where they are here. I'm going to solder them to new locations up on the edge here, because that one there already is there. That's fine. Yeah. and I need to work out where the microphone actually desoldered from. I think it desoldered from round here somewhere. I'll soon find out. This was ground here. Clean all this crap off. Clean all that off. There we go. Look at that. All that fuzzy wire. Get it off me, Matt. Right, I can't remember where the mic's soldered on it. So I'll probably have to, I think it was round here somewhere. But I know the ground for the, I know the ground went to here, I think either here or here. So it was probably there. But I'll try and get a schematic for it anyway, and I'll try and get a schematic so that I can do it anyway. So probably get a schematic for it. But that's battery live, that's battery negative, they'll be replaced. All these wires here come from the microphone lead, so I'm going to redo the PTT switch because I'm not happy with that. And is that a short in there? Yeah, was a little bit of wire. That there doesn't connect. But I need to make sure, I just want everything to be right, because when this is done it's going to be sold. I won't be keeping it. There we go. Don't like the way that PTT switch is. I mean, don't like that at all. Looks like it's going to spring off and fly to pieces. I mean, I think it's crap really. But what I'll do, I might reinforce that actually. I might see if I can sort of put something through there, put a cable tie around that, see if I can do something with it, because I'm not happy with that. I think it's crap. And you'll probably never get another one of those controls. And this is broke off here. I need to have a look. Mind you, I don't need to see if I've got one, because there's enough on there for push a switch on. There's enough on there, there's enough left on there, put a switch on. Just the very, very top there that's broke off. It's still got the top on there, that's okay. So they need to be cleaned. Right, so I need to sort the switches out. The diodes have all been checked. The transistors have been checked. I'm still questioning the right way around of these two capacitors, because as I say, they fell off the board as I unsoldered them, so, and I didn't get to look which way they bloody went, so I'm still questioning these two here. This one and this one still being questioned, but basically, to all intents and purposes, if it doesn't fucking work, just swap them fuckers around, because everything else should work. It's been done. You know, it's been done. So, and the VU meter, I did actually snip the wires for, no I didn't, did I? Desoldered them. Thinking I would remember, but I've forgotten. Should have snipped the fuckers. It doesn't matter. I'll have a look for a circuit anyway. But that there was that wire that somebody had bodged in, a bloody great big lump of wire that somebody had bodged in across here to here, which I don't think it needs, and it shouldn't be. It wasn't put there by the manufacturer. They wouldn't have made a really untidy job of that. But that's all for now, folks. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll call this part one. That's all been cleaned, ready for the. Let's just test these controls. I don't know what value they are, but I can check. No, I can't fucking see where the resistor bit is. I'd have to take them out. But I've got a feeling that the VU meter originally went here, because there's a green wire cut there, and it's the same thickness as the VU meter. So I've got a feeling the VU meter originally went there. I didn't cut it. Don't think I did. Let me just double check. I think I desoldered it. Yeah, I desoldered it. So I think the VU meter originally. I mean, it's had its fair share of fucking about this. I mean, it's been fucked about with them. I mean, it was years old. I mean, people fucked about with them. People didn't know what they were doing and fucked about with them. But I'm going to solder the VU meter back to there anyway, because that's where I believe it goes. Because the wire's been cut there. So I think the VU meter goes there, to be honest, but it was soldered over this way somewhere. But that red wire, I want to see what connection I get with that red wire taken out. Just out of curiosity, really. Because it went here and went across to there. Nothing. Nothing. But I get a feeling they're not supposed to get a fucking connection across there anyway. I get a feeling it ain't supposed to be connected there anyway. So, you know, but something connects there. Because that capacitor, that leg on that capacitor doesn't go anywhere. So that wire might have to be in there, but I don't think it's as long as, I think it was put in there, I think it was probably done neater by the manufacturer. So when I do it, I'll do it neater. I'll put it back in if I have to, which I think I will, because I can't see why I did put a capacitor there. There's no connection going to it there, so unless there's, oh, could be a resistor missing. Let's have a look. Just have a look here. We've got that hole there. Move it out of the way. And that hole there. Let's find out what that hole there actually is. Let's get the sucker on it. It's that there. So if I follow that round, get all that dead solder off it, there we go. Follow that round, it goes to there. Through that tranny there. Do you know something? I reckon if I put a wire link in there, I'd probably sort the bloody problem out. Let's go across to where this wire is. Try it the other way in case there's a semiconductor in the way. I mean, there is a semiconductor in the way, there's a transistor in the way there, so I'll put it on the diode test. There we are. Let's see what we get on this side of the capacitor. Nothing. But we get a reading on there. And I reckon nothing on that side. So yeah. Nothing there. And a reading there. So I reckon, yeah. I reckon one of my wire links I put a wire link in there. I reckon put a wire link in there. It can come out if it has to, but I reckon put a wire link in there. I reckon there's either a resistor missing from there or a link, because I don't believe it was bridged across with that bloody horrible big piece of wire. The manufacturers, I'll give you a look at it folks, but the manufacturers wouldn't have put that in, not a great big length of wire. They'd have took it neatly. It'd have been done a lot neater than that. I know it would, because I've taken Leson mics apart before, and never this model, but I have in the past. Let's look at here now. Make sure we're not shorting. We're not. Let's go to this wire link. Let's go to this capacitor. So we're actually in circuit here now, so that's okay. So I reckon what I need to do now is I need to work out which way around these two bloody capacitors went, because I've got them wrong. That's why I've left the leads wrong, so don't forget. And basically give these switches a spray with some switch cleaner, and oh, pardon me folks, give these switch cleaners, just give me half a spray, give these switch cleaners a spray, give these switches a spray, the switch cleaner, and see where we go from there. We'll see if the actual thing actually works. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now because I want some supper and I do feel a bit peckish, and it's what, late in the morning, it's early hours in the morning, and not so much tired, I'm hungry. Straighten all the tools up, and we'll call this, I think we'll call this part 1. I'm not sure, yeah, we'll call it part 1, I think, of the Leson DT2. Is it a 5 or a bloody 6? 5. The 251 CB radio desk microphone. Right, so we'll see how we get on with that, and I'm pretty sure that putting that wire link in's the right way to go, but we'll find out. Anyway, bye for now, folks. Hello again, and welcome back. Right, that's all the capacitors in this board replaced. Yeah, I've just got to clean the board a bit better now. It's clean these switches. I need to give those switches a clean, obviously. Need to find my switch cleaner. So where is my switch cleaner? I think it's not in this room. Oh, it's here. There it is. So there we go. I'll put that under that camera stand for a minute, tripod for a minute. Give it a whizzle. There we go. That's that one. Now that one. Now let's give the PTT a little squirt. There we go. And that's it. Right. Now, where is me paintbrushes? Seen them somewhere. Could have done with them. Don't know where they are. Fuck it. Do it later. Right. So basically, what I've done, I've recapped the board. I've tested the transistors. They're okay. Oh, this is part 2, by the way. I'll do this in 2 parts, this thing. And anyway, let's get the 2 capacitors there. What value are those? They fell out somewhere. Oh no, I didn't use them. Put them there ready to put back in the tray. And the tray's back where it belongs. So I've got a feeling that this was originally wired for Cybernet. Now I'm wondering, to make it easier on myself, I mean, can I take the... Make it easy on yourself. Can I take the top off? Because we've got the microphone lead there. So I'm wondering if I take the top off, the screws will just drop out in a minute. But I can take the top off, then might make it easier, because this is not cast as one unit, obviously. This is cast as 2 separate parts. Ooh. And take this bracket out, which holds the meter in. Take the meter out, and now pull that out. There we go. See. Oh, we'll be back in a minute, folks. I need to go for a slash. Right, oh, that feels better. It's amazing that you always feel better after you've had a slash. Right, now this has got to go in. Put the controls in the middle. I mean, it'll have to come out again because obviously, I mean, it'll obviously have to come back out again because, and it doesn't go all the way down the edge. The slips into it goes on an angle. It goes. Where's those two? So that goes in there for the front, and it has to go tuck under there. Well, that's not how it bloody came out. That's not how it came out. And that goes onto there. What I need, I mean, yeah, where's my screwdriver? Let's take the lead out. I didn't have to take this out to get the board out, but let's take the strain relief off. Because I'm going to need to put it in the helping hands anyway to tin it, so that's okay. And screws there. Right. Well, some of this has been added to. I fail to think. Oh no, that could be original. This is designed to drop into there like so, and the reason why those posts were put in, I was right about those. I was right about them posts. They weren't supposed. They weren't original. So, will that fit on the top of there? Those posts that were put in, yeah, and the meter will fit in. All that'll fit back together. Now those posts that were in there, and that's your battery indicator there, and that's how that goes. And those posts, I mean, I can move, I mean, that capacitor there, that big one, I mean, yeah, hang on, shove that one out of the way there we go. Oops. There we go, we've got plenty of room in there. And those posts that were in there that I took out were never even supposed to be in there, because that's how the board's supposed to sit. It's supposed to sit flush like that. It's supposed to sit like that on an angle, and the PTT works, and that's how that's supposed to go in. So that, well, I think the posts are supposed to go in. No, they're not. Let me have a look at the bottom. Them posts I'm certain they're not supposed to go in. See, I want to have a look and make sure I get everything right. I mean, that's not original, but it'll have to go back in because there's no choice. That's the button. Let's get them bad capacitors all out of the way. Let's get them screws. Empty all them screws off and put all them screws there. Right. Now if I place the bottom, oh, now if I put that back in because it's just all jumped out, put that back there. Now if I place the bottom on, I'm not worried about that power socket. Now the bottom goes there. I want to make sure, right, so them pins do go in. They do go in, but they go on the top there. That's how that goes. That's how that's dealt with. So now at least we know how it goes back together. So let's put all this back in the bottom of the tray, so don't lose anything. So that does go in there, but I'm going to be using, probably find two better fucking nuts, put on the bottom, make it look a bit flash, well, better than what it is. Now the meter, leave the meter there, be alright, I won't lose that, I can't see why. That's the mic, leave that over there. Now, quick slurp of me coffee. That's the power socket. Hey, right. Now what I've done here, I've put, I need to clip this one here. These capacitors, by the way, folks, they weren't actually in the right way. They were, I've checked them, they were in the right way. Now what I need to do here is maybe a bit of heat shrink on there, we don't know yet. But what I want to do is this wire's got a string built into it. Man, I'm hoping the soldering iron will do something about that. In fact, actually, what we'll do, we'll let's turn the heat gun on. Just gets rid of the fucking cotton that's in there. You lace the wire with cotton, dickheads. Ask me why. Oh, let's turn the soldering iron on. The soldering iron doesn't work for that yet because it did, but it's got a problem. So the actual unit's not got a problem, it's just the soldering iron itself. Cheap Chinese crap and it fucking broke. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tin all these now, a nice tin on them. So where's that separated? There we go. Wind that together, it just unwinds again. So that was fucking really shit wire. Right. Really crappy fucking wire that. You wind it up to twist it together, it untwists again. But I mean, we're going on Fleabay this. So somebody's going to become the owner of a nicely restored, cleaned, tested, recapped microphone. I might even keep it myself and put it on my Colt 444. Because I believe the plug for it is Cybernet wired. So, just the blue one now. It's just that yellow one I'm not happy with. Just that yellow one really. It's separated. Right. So, lift the board back out. Now what my plan here is to wire these. There we go. Nicely. Like that, look. I tinned these last night, but I'll tin them again. Tin them again, it doesn't hurt to put a bit of extra on them. Oops. Ooh. There we go. There you go. Lovely. Because I'll take all these bits off in a minute. It's the yellow one I don't like. It's just didn't like the way the yellow one went, but it'll go. It'll be all right. Oops. And I think that's how they should have been soldered on in the first place. And that one there has completely got it. Oh no, it's not, it's here. And that's how I think it should have been done in the first place, folks. Not fucking... There we go, bit of solder on there. I just don't think. Right. Right, and this, now what I want to do now, I'm going to put the, see, because they'll reach back over to there. See, they'll reach back over to there with no problem. I mean, because there's strain reliefs there. I mean, just check, see if it does. If it doesn't, I can always make it. I can always put a bit through. But I'm pretty sure that put that back into there. Bring them through so I don't pull them off. If it doesn't quite reach, then you know I can actually it doesn't quite reach. What I need to do is move that up there. Get that on there, just like that. Lift that up slightly and pull the strain relief back a bit. Pull the strain relief back. Can I get it with that? Because that's a bit tight, that. Oh, that moved. Wow. There we go. Move that to there. And we'll see if we... Because what I'll do now, move that to there. What I'll do now, I'll get my Stanley knife. I need to turn the blade round because the blade is a bit dull on this side, the blunt side, so you turn it round and use the other side. Which is still nice and bright. What I want to do first, I want to squeeze this. That's pretty much right. Squeeze that back down. Squeeze it in. Squeeze it. There we go. That's sorted. Now, and that will now, it won't bend there, so what I need to do, is just basically nip it, and I can I just think that this way is a better idea. Snap all that off there so it's not connected. Pull that through. There we go. Now all I need to do is just that little bit there. Then all I have to do is just there we go. Cut the little bit off. And that'll give us slide that down there, because that'll give us a little bit more. Make sure his ground is all nicely sleeved out the way. I'll probably put a piece of e-shrink on that to just sort that out. But that there now. There we go, look at that. Perfect. That now fits into there as it should. And that'll solder to the ground pad, but it might short out there. So, but these now, none of these are being pulled. You know, there's plenty of slack in all of those now, and that's what we're looking for there. So we can take that out. Oops. And put that there, and now I can take all the fucking bits of wire off. I mean, there's no way, I can't think for 1 minute. I can't believe for 1 minute the manufacturers would have actually sent this out like this. I think at some point it's had a new lead put on it, and whoever put the lead on were just too friggin' lazy to do the job properly. There we go. Now what I'm going to do now we've done all that and got all that off there, what I'm going to do, I'm going to check all these connections now, make sure there's none open. Make sure there's no airline fractures in the print anywhere. Make sure there's no airline fractures, so we want the continuity. We'll start there. Yeah, we're okay. And on there. Yep, yep. Yep. Making sure there's no short there. So just double check that one. There we go. Yeah, it's just dirt. This one. Yellow. And that one there, which is red. And that's it. And that's it. That's the PTT. That's the wires. That's the lead all redone. I mean, that's a nicer job. That's a much nicer job than what was done before. I mean, doesn't take much to do the job properly, does it, folks? Anyway, so I'll put this out of the way for now, because I'm gonna. We'll put that out of the way up there. That can be put that out of the way up there. There we go. And there's not much I can do with that. I'm not going to even go to the trouble of fucking cleaning it, because it won't look any better. Right. So, right, you don't need to see me do this. All I've got to do is put the meter back in and put the mic head back on and put the meter back in, and you don't need to see me do that. And I'll be back soon. Right, well, we've got the mic back into its case. PTT works. Just check the PTT lock does. Yep. The battery indicator switches back and buttons back in, although the things come off, it's got to be pushed back into place, and it does go a certain way. So I found it hard to believe. It just pushes back in. There we go. That's your lock. Volume and tone controls. Right, now the next one. Next job is to solder up this ground for the power, the microphone lead. Yeah, and that could be a bit of a mission. Now let's see where I want to run the ground. So as you can see, I've put these wires on here, look. As you can see, I've done this all in, that's all nice and neat, and that's all out of the way, and there's no problem with that. No problem with that. That's all nice and neat. I just need to, I'm going to solder the ground just to the ground here. So I need to get the solder, tin it, move any wires out of the way so I don't scorch anything. Move it all out of the way. There we go. And just basically, well, put a liberal blob onto the board there, and the reason why I've already tinned the wire, now what I'll do is just melt that. There we go. And the reason why I've gone that far is that way, that shouldn't, if I have to I can always take out, put a bit of heat shrink on there, but for now that's okay. We don't know for the moment whether this is actually going to work, because I've got a few things left to do with it. What I want to do to start with, I want to take the battery connector out of where it is and just solder that in, so I'm not dragging the base around. So I want the battery connector, there we go. Don't worry, that's only me snapping stripping the wires for the battery connector. You're not missing out on anything here. I'm just twisting the wires together. For those that like to see wires being twisted, there you go. Bit of wire twisting action going on there. Now I'll put this back in to put this into the helping hands. And right, now I can take that off there. I'm going to try and balance this on the edge of the bench, then I can see what I'm doing better, because I need to tin a bit of wire there. Which is for the battery negative. Right. Take the positive off. Put a bit of solder down there. Right. Now the VU meter. I didn't snip the VU meter, I should have done. But the black for the VU meter goes to ground, which is there. And the green, although there's a green wire there which has been snipped, and I think that's where it should go. Although even I would know to be wrong now and again. I'm going to stick it to there and see what it does. Now let's connect the battery. Where's the battery? Let's connect the battery. And well, the VU meter doesn't go there. Yeah. I mean, right. Went over here somewhere. Let's try it there. If not, I'll have to look at the circuit. But I'm pretty sure it went over here somewhere. I know it did, but I just thought I'd try where that green wire was, because that's where I think it should have originally gone. But I'm not be wrong. Well, that's there we go. Let's desolder it. There we go. I might have to look at the circuit, because no, it goes there. No, it goes there. Let's turn the volumes down. Ooh. Yeah, it goes there. Yeah, it goes there, folks. It goes on that. I thought it did. Right, let's just tack that back on. Can't remember where the mic went. I'll work that out in a minute. But that's showing the battery level now, which is supposed to do. Now if I bring that down, turn the controls up. Now try and find out where the fucking mic goes now. I think I actually suspect, to be honest with you. Let me take the lock off. There we go. I I actually know where the mic goes. I know where it goes. Let's get these wires out of the way. Negative of the mic goes onto there, like so, and positive went onto that. Pretty sure I'm right. Make sure we're not shorting, that's just tacked on for now. No, we're alright there. See if we get any action in the meter, turn them down. Because 1 2 1 2 no action. We're getting no action in the meter, so let's pull that live back off. I know the negative's right. Well, that's definitely fucking wrong. You don't get sound coming out of a fucking mic, so yeah, that's not right. I just need to work out. Hello? Ooh. It's hard to actually see yourself do this. But I think, ooh. Hello? Oh, hang on. Oh, it's locked. Hello? Wrong? I thought it would have gone there, but it obviously doesn't. Hello? Oh, well, that seems to be, we're getting some mic action there, so I think it goes there. So, we're getting some mic action now. So it obviously goes. It's hard to solder the wires bloody on. So it goes there. It's hard to do this. Now, right. So we're getting some mic action in the VU meter now. So, hello. Ooh. Volume control's not making much of a difference though. That's right, that's on. Hello. Hello. Right, so why is the volume control's not working? I need to work that out. Well, volume controls are not working, so I need to work out why the volume control's not working. But I would imagine. Right, there's nothing getting hot on here. Ooh, let's try that piece of red wire that was in there last night. I mean, I can't imagine the manufacturers putting that in. Not a great big lump of wire like that anyway. So if we're nearly there anyway. So if now the capacitor's there. And so where's me sucker? So if I just in fact, I'll leave that for a minute. Where's that piece of wire? There it is. Put this piece of wire back in. I might have had a piece of wire in, but not that length. And it would have been nicely done. It wouldn't have been done like that, just thrown in. So. And also I put a wire link in as well, so that could also impede his performance. That could also have something to do with it. So what we'll do, we'll get this piece of wire out of here. And that was shorting actually. Put this nice. Shit. Melted into me a new mat. Fucking G thing. Alright. Let's just solder that to there. That'll do. I think that was shorting anyway. Not very clever. We'll try it before I solder it on just to check. But hello. Ooh, well. No, we're still getting volume. No, I mean the volume control pot could be fucked. The slider could be fucked. I don't fucking know. I mean, there's only so much time I'll spend on it because it's not a high value item. I mean, it's not like I'm going to get a fortune for this when I sell it. Right. See what we get there now. Hello. Ooh. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that seems to be. No, it's still not working. We did a minute ago. No, did a minute ago. But I don't know what the problem is. I think it's to do with the volume controls. And there's a wire snipped off here. So I'm going to have to look at the circuit on this. I know all the the ground. No. No. So that's the... Hello. Ooh, hello. Oh. Oh. No, 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 no. No, no, no. So we know the mic's wired correctly. It's in the right place. Nothing getting hot. We know the meter's in the right place because that's working. This wire I have my doubts about. And there's a little wire link I put in which is there. Could do with removing that, because that could even be it. I put that in, so you never know, do you? Which is there. Would help if the bloody solder would just lift off it, wouldn't it? Now, that's that little link I put in. There we go. That's the little link out I put in, so we'll see if that solves the problem. Hey! It never rains but it pours, folks. Hello? Hello? Right, well we've got no volume now. Nothing. Nothing at all. So basically, try that one. Hello? No, 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 no. But we've still got the power. Oh, so I heard the meter flick over then. Hello? 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 Nothing. Just try the ground. So we're not getting anything there, but it definitely went to there. Right. Without that, shut up, Scraps, it's only me whistling. So let's solder this piece of wire in for now. I am going to have a look at the circuit, there's no doubt about that. But that... Scraps! Right. Hello. Hello. Still no volume. Just move the mic wire. Because this is back how it was wired up yesterday now. So let's move the mic wire. Mic live. So let's disconnect the mic from there. Oh, fuck's sake. That doesn't fucking help. Now let's try and see if we can find out why. I mean, that's outputting. It shouldn't be. That's crackling. So it doesn't go there. Let me try a mic. I wonder if it went on there. Hello. No, it didn't. Oh, hang on. No. No, nothing. I'm going to have to look at the circuit, I'm afraid, folks. I can't remember where the mic went. But I'm pretty sure I had it right the first time round there. Pretty sure it was right. Shut up, Scraps. I'll let you out in a second, son. Right, I'm pretty sure. Don't go there. It could go there. No. No. Could go there though. Hello. No. Hello. No, that's not right. And there. Ooh. Hello. Get a bit of action there, but not much. Hello. Nope. Hello. Nope. If we get a crackle from audio, we're not gonna. The other thing is, it could go there, but I don't think it does. I think it goes there. I think it goes there. Hello. Yeah, because it moves there. So I think it goes there. And well, I'm going to put it there because that's where I think it goes. Just for now. Right, well I'll tell you what I'll do, folks. I'm going to leave it for now because I've got to let him out. nothing there. Let's turn that off so it won't flatten the battery. Disconnect the battery anyway. Still power in that, even though I've turned it off. Still got power in it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll come back. I'll have a look at the circuit. Pardon me. Hello again, folks, and welcome back to the service and repair, if you like, of the Leson DT251 desk microphone, CB radio desk microphone. Right, I've only got the bottom to put on, and the wherever it's gone, the external power connector. Basically, the microphone is now working. Let's just pull the battery off a minute. Basically, the microphone is now working, and what it was, the issue is that when you, if I turn it round, when you're talking to the microphone here, this meter picks you up no matter how high the volume is. So the meters really, it's just like a fake bonnet bulge on a car, in my opinion. It doesn't really do anything. It's just there for show. It's showing. It's all show and no go really, because the volume control and the tone controls do work, because I've just had it on the scope, and when I turn the volume up and down on the scope, when I turn the volume up and down on here, the level on the scope goes up and down. So obviously the volume and the tone level changed as well. So obviously the volume level and the tone, the volume and the tone controls are actually working. So therefore the circuit is actually working. I haven't tried it on a radio because I haven't really got a radio set up to test it on. I have got a couple of radios, but they haven't got CBPA jacks on them. So, and I don't want to start messing about keying radios up with no aerials, no antennas and stuff in. I don't want to start messing about. I have got a dummy load there, but I just don't want to mess about like that. I'm pretty sure that it's okay, because it does turn up and down, and all the wiring, I've had to put a link, I've had to just put my glasses on. In order to get it to work though, I've had to put a link wire in here, because I originally put a link in here across these 2 points here, and basically I thought it was that causing the problem, so I pushed it out through the other side of the board, and I don't want to take this out to get back to it, so I've just put a bodge wire in, and you know, that'll do. It still needs, could do a bit more cleaning this board actually, but I'm going to do a bit more research, because I'm mystified as to what that green wire there is for, and I'd like to know what that green wire is for, and you know, I just don't know what it's for. And this, you know, on one of the diagrams I've seen, there's like a control here, a switch here, and it isn't on this one. So, you know, but as you can see, I've made a nice tidy job of my wires. My wires are all, you know, nice and tidy, and you know, they're all here, they're all nice and tidy. That's the microphone wire. You know, that's the TX wire. That could do with being a bit shorter, to be honest, but I'm not going to mither, and the reason why, I'm just going to put a fucking cable tie around that lot. I'll dig my cable ties out, put a cable tie around that lot, and that'll all be nice and neat. As I say, I've got to take the battery clip back off because I've got to put the external power connector back in, which is knocking about, which is there, so that's got to go back in, and make sure there's enough room for that to drop back in. There should be. There should be. That's even if that's the right connector, because that bloody fell out. Unless it goes that way. Yeah, goes that way. Oh, ample. Oh yeah, fucking hell. Oh yeah, no problem. Right, so that's that sorted. I'm happy with that, folks. Really happy with the way, you know, I like the that looks like it's being stretched there, but it's not. It's just because of that red wire. That's all that is, and I'd rather it be up rather than pushing down, because at least it won't short on anything. It certainly won't come off. And yeah, the mic's all nicely soldered on now, and that looks like it needs to be adjusted. That's loose. It shouldn't be loose. It shouldn't be loose. There we go. See, you have to double check. There we go. Right. See, that piece of metal there is homemade, because obviously the original one's got long got lost. So somebody's made their own and put that in. There we go. That's tight now. Right. And there's obviously a bit of been put in there as well, because it's been pretty much abused, this mic, to be honest with you. But you know, I'm happy to say, I'm happy to report that it has been now resurrected, and there's just the bottom, just the bottom to put back on it, more or less, and that's it done. You don't need to see me do that. I'm going to end this here, because you don't need to see me do that. And this can be sold. It's not something I want to keep. And I've got another one as well, which is potentially sold to a friend of mine. That's a ham mic. I can't remember what make it is. I think it's an Adonis. He wanted to know, actually, so I'm going to ring him up in a minute. I think it's an Adonis, but it's a really good sounding mic. I sold him my HF radio ages ago, and I used to use it on that, and it sounded really well with it. So that needs a new plug putting on it, and it needs a service. But that's for another day. I won't mind him about that now. I'll deal with him after the festive season on that. But this is all lifted in and somebody's glued it back, so I'm not really spending a lot of time on this. Most people would see it as a time waster. I don't. I see it as about 10 or 15 quid in my pocket. You know, it's got to be worth 10 or 15 quid to somebody who wants a Leson. I'll be honest, if I was still on the CB, I'd have it. I'd keep it myself, and even so, I still might. But you know, yeah. That's it for the Leson. The Leson DT251 CB radio desk microphone, and I hope to see you on my next project. Let's turn my soldering iron off. Oh no, leave it on. got to put the plug on for the thing, Anna. You don't need to see me do that. I mean, if you need to watch me put a plug on for an external power supply, then, you know, I don't suppose you should be doing electronics, should you? You know, even beginners. That's all basic stuff. And in all honesty, the audience I actually try and catch, the audience I want are people, you know, the people I want what really should be watching my videos are people that have passed the basics and they're pretty skilled and they just don't know certain things. Like me, there's certain electronics videos I won't watch. If it's really, really basic stuff, I won't watch it because I understand that. I've got past that point. Like, I'll tell you a quick little story. When I was in Scotland in the 90s, I went to college. And I took electronics in college, and they wanted us to mess about with breadboards that simulated. Once you put it together, it simulated the wash cycle. Had a little 9 or 12 volt motor in there, and it simulated the wash cycle from switching your machine on all the way through to its final spin and empty. And they wanted you to just put them things together and then see if they worked. And to be honest with you, that wasn't something I wanted to do, so I left. I was very clear to the tutor or instructor, teacher, whatever you wanted to call the faggot. I was very, very specific that I didn't want to learn anything about washing machines because I'm not into washing machines. Okay, yeah, I repaired my own, but I didn't glean any skills from that. I used common sense and I replaced the pump. But because it was, I went on YouTube, found out what the error codes were that were flashing on the front, the lights, found out why they were flashing and the amount of times and sequence they were doing it in, and it led me to the pump. I replaced the pump, they cleared the error. It's sorted out now, works well, and I just didn't want to go down that road. I just didn't want to go, learning about that kind of thing. I'm never going to mend washing machines apart from my own occasionally, but it's basic electronics there again. Once you know the basics, you can troubleshoot, and I wanted to do a course that was a bit more advanced. Like he was trying to teach us all how to solder. I learned to solder when I was about bloody 9. I'm a good solderer. I learned to solder when I was very young, so I can solder, so I didn't even need to learn that. And when I went there, I could identify components. I knew what everything was. I knew how to use the meter. I knew how to use the transistor checker at the time. I knew how to use the transistor checker. So, the only thing I didn't really know, because I never had one, was how to use a scope. I know that now. I learnt myself. It's easy. It's common sense. But all electronics, at the end of the day, say what you like. But as far as I'm concerned, and it's only my opinion, and my opinion should be taken with a grain of salt on some occasions, but in my opinion, all electronics is common sense, and that's basically it. Anyway, folks, this really belongs on the rant channel, doesn't it? Well, no, it doesn't really, does it? It's not a rant, it's just a brief explanation. Anyway, but thank you very much for watching the channel. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I never ask anybody for donations to the channel for me to keep making these videos, and I think it's wrong. But that's another video that's one for the rant channel, so I won't go into that. But if people want to give me stuff, then that's fine. But I will never ever ask on my channel for people to give me stuff. Never ever do that. If people, in my local area have got something, and people who I know and whatnot say, "Yeah, Andy, do you want this?" I might make a video. Yeah, of course I will. If I think it'll make a video or make a useful product at the end of the day after repairing it, then yes, something I can use or maybe sell on, then yes, I will certainly accept it. But all this Patreon and whatnot, if people want to, if people make videos, then they should, they shouldn't be asking people like us to pay for it. I mean, whether you realise it or not, you're paying for their stuff so they can make a video and tell you all about it, whereas you could buy the stuff yourself. Because electronics people watch electronics videos. People who are not interested in electronics don't watch electronics videos. Like people who watch car videos, they're interested in cars. I'm interested in cars. I watch the odd car video. And I watch a hell of a lot of electronics. I am rambling on, so I'm going to end this video here, and thank you very, very much for watching once again and putting up with my rambling. And what more can I say? Thank you very much, folks, for subscribing, and if you have any comments, then please, by all means, say what you think. I don't mind. As long as it's constructive. Try and keep it clean and constructive. I mean, most people do. I mean, at the end of the day, you get the odd one. But I generally find people are lovely. Anyway, thanks, folks. I'm out of here. Gonna finish my lovely cup of coffee. I just wish I had a bicky to dunk into it. Catch you later, folks. Bye for now.